Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, Pat and Jen. Thank you for subscribing to us. Thank you for liking us. Thank you for watching our video. We are so grateful, and we are recording another three videos today. So just in case you saw us wearing the same thing, it's in a day we recorded this video.
We've
Okay.
just got no clothes, have we, Jen? We really need to go shopping.
So, just in case you have been watching these videos and notice that we have got the same clothes on in all the videos, is just
Yeah.
that we recorded it in a day.
We need to get together, don't we?
Yeah, but
we're finding
but
it
we
difficult.
we have got busy lives, so
Yeah.
we
We're
recorded
very
in
busy
advance.
ladies.
Okay. So today's topic is um when do you think, if you're in a relationship with a gentleman, and it's not going the way you want it to go, and this gentleman ain't showing interest in the relationship anymore, at what stage do you think it's time for you to leave the relationship? Um, because a lot of ladies out there, they're in a relationship, and because they're used to certain things, they don't want to leave. They are not thinking about their happiness. So what we would like to discuss is when it's time for you to make an exit and say this is not um, good for my well-being. When do you leave a relationship? So Pat, when do you think, if you're in a relationship and it's
Yeah.
not going the path you want it to go, when
Well,
do you leave that relationship?
you actually have to get there. If I can just explain that, because there's always signs on coming in that.
Yes.
So you have to. At first, I suppose the signs are that you probably minimal, and you wouldn't probably notice anything. There's a slight bit of change,
Yeah.
but you think, well, okay, maybe we're just going through this patch or whatever. But as time goes on, then you start to put the pieces together in
Yeah.
the puzzle, and then you realise that maybe this relationship has come to some kind of stalemate, if you like.
That's it.
And then you, by recognising that, I think it takes some time. I really think it takes some time for you to work that out. And because it's something you don't want to leave or probably admit to yourself to, then you find that you keep
And it's like
staying
you're in denial,
and you
you know,
wait
like,
and you
yeah,
wait.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
there is a lot of signs, but at what point is obviously down to the individual involved.
I think that there are some signs that you should look out for. Number one, if he started to find fault with your cooking, right? Number two, he finds fault with the way you wash and iron the clothes. Number three, he think you're a nasty woman, you're not tidying up. Those are the little signs. And even he started to look at you and says, look at your weight, says you put weight on. Even in bed, he started to moan that you're no good in bed. Those are the signs. And you know why? Because he's looking elsewhere. Those are the signs that you should look for. That means his eyes is elsewhere.
Yeah.
His eyes isn't on you anymore.
Oh, definitely.
His interest is
the
somewhere
mind
else.
is obviously
Yeah.
possibly wandering somewhere else
Yeah.
if the interest is lacking in
Yeah.
your own
Yeah.
relationship. So his probably mind is, or it could be the woman whose mind is. So from a point of view where lacking interest and stuff like that is coming from, I do think it works. Obviously, the women as well, and they could be doing the same thing as men.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that the telltale signs for me would be a lot of personal indulgence in the self. I mean, they want to change their lifestyle. They want to go to the gym. Could be a man or woman. Want to go to the gym, change the way they're dressing, change the way they
Look,
You know.
if you are in a relationship with a gentleman and you have got because everyone have got some little things in the relationship that they like in a certain ways
Mm.
in the relationship that they
Mm.
like, and the man might be doing a certain things for the lady that she like and she look forward to that, and if you're in a relationship and you notice that um that is lacking,
Mhm.
something is wrong. Something is wrong. If that is lacking is in the relationship, you notice that that ain't going on anymore, and you try your best to make things right, and you get to this stage where you're trying, you're exhausted, no improvement. I think
Well,
it's time for you to
yeah,
say,
yeah.
you know what,
You
he's
know,
not interested
there's
in me
only so
anymore.
much you can put
Yes,
into anything, in that,
exactly,
without exhausting yourself
exactly.
about it. Because at the end of the day, whether it be the man or the woman,
Mm,
it's pressure on that person to
yeah.
keep trying and trying and trying, whereas it's probably no good to keep
Come on,
wasting your
because
trying.
think about it, you can't force someone to love you. It's not by force.
Yeah.
If you are in a relationship and that person don't have that feelings for you anymore, it's time for you to move on.
Mhm.
After all, plenty fish
Yeah,
in the
of
sea,
course it is.
Yeah, it's time
But
for you to move on. Don't try to force. Don't force someone to love you. It will
but
never last.
but also on the flip side of that, Jen,
Mm.
is that we all grow. We all
Oh
grow
yeah.
and change as we get older.
Yes, yes.
And your
Mm.
interests might not be your partner's interest
That's
anymore.
it.
I wouldn't take that as a personal threat to love in your relationship,
No,
because
but I.
you both have different
But what I
things.
think that if you're in a relationship and you have got some interest that you like, he has got interest that he like. I think that you should both come together
Mm.
and uh, find some common ground with an interest that you both like.
Yeah, yeah,
To keep the relationship going.
yeah,
I think that's what you should do. Some ladies like going bingo, some men don't. Some
yeah.
men like going drinking, and perhaps the lady would like to dress up and go out and have a drink. So that's the
And if you've exhausted all them sort of things that you've done, it could be over months and months, and there is no common ground between you anymore.
yeah.
Then
I think
it's time
then it's time for you to go.
to go and just get on with your own life.
Yeah, it's
As
time.
hard as
It's
that
time for
might
you to
be,
call it
yeah,
a day. You can't force love. You can't force someone to love you.
No.
If the love
No, of
isn't
course
there, you cannot force it. You cannot
And
force it.
personally, I wouldn't want to, because I've got more respect, I would say,
Yeah,
for myself
yeah.
than having to
After all,
force somebody
after all,
to want to be with me,
Yeah.
that clearly at this point in time didn't. Just work it for yourself.
yeah, and
But that's, you've got to be strong, and if you see them signs coming on, then I think you've just got to you've got to bite the bullet and
so
and
some
move
men
on.
just find ladies done it as well. You can't do anything right. You can't do anything right. It's just fault, fault, fault. You can't do it right. It doesn't matter how you tried. When that person isn't into you anymore,
Mhm.
it ain't gonna happen. It doesn't matter how you try to please that person. It ain't gonna happen.
No, it's not. And it's like being bullied all the time, mate, and frightened to do something, because
Yeah.
you can't please them no matter what you do. So
That's it.
there's just no point, is there? Take a flipping hike and
And then he don't want to even lie in the bed with you anymore because he's off you.
yeah,
And ladies done it as well.
yeah.
But when
Well,
love
then
die,
what's the
love
point? You might as well.
when loves die, and you can't try to bring it back because there's no feelings there.
Mm.
That feelings isn't there anymore. So I think it's time to just move on. So ladies, if you're in a relationship and it's not going the way you want it, and these signs that we talk about, you're experiencing these signs, it's time for you to move on. After all, it's not just one man out there, really. So many men out there.
Exactly.
And you've got some good men out there who love their woman unconditionally. Why should you stay in a relationship that's not going the way you want it? Don't suffer in silence. Move on.
Yeah.
So
Even take some time out for yourself as well.
yeah,
Because that is what I would personally
yeah, exactly.
advise to just take some
Exactly.
time out for yourself and get to know yourself, and then you'll
Don't
know
just-
what you really want
yeah,
from the
just
next relationship.
Don't stay in a dead end relationship that's not going anywhere, and you sat there and just pondering if he's gonna change tomorrow, the next day, the next day. Don't do that. If you tried and it's not going anywhere, move on. So, and that we'll say,
Ciao for now.
ciao.